Oh no, YouTube changed its design again. Well, I guess it's not that bad. Wait, what the fuck is that? Why is the logo highlighting red? Who's the graphic designer in charge of this? Do they not know about color theory? You're not supposed to up the saturation to the fucking max! This video hasn't even started yet and I've already derailed from the topic. Besides, this happened like a month ago. Why am I talking about it now? I feel like this is a metaphor for this entire video. If you live anywhere that's not under a mountain-sized boulder, even if you've never watched anime, you know about Death Note. Maybe you have heard of it in the cold breeze of autumn that comes from the weird ass at your local comic book store. Or maybe you've heard of it on every fucking social media. Yeah, Netflix made a live-action adaptation of Death Note. Also, do I just make reviews on movies no one gives a crooked shit about anymore? The thing is that this movie got a lot of shit, which I find kind of unjustified. I mean, yeah, people hate it, but not for the right reasons. There's a shit ton of retarded motives that people have to hate this movie. First and most of them, and I'm friends with people who gave me this argument, it's too different. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. That's the whole definition of adaptation, to change something to adapt it for a different audience. If you wanted to see the same thing again, you could have just watched the original series. Like, let me put this straight. You can't change the country, the time, the format, and the length, and still hope it's gonna be the same thing. That makes no sense. Going into this movie, I knew that the only thing that was gonna have in common with the original anime was Ryuk and the Death Note itself. I wasn't expecting much. Actually, I was scared of watching it. And you know what? Thanks to that, I actually found some enjoyment in it. That might not sound like a point in his favor, but it was gratifying to see that it wasn't the worst shit ever like everyone claimed it was. Another point that got a bunch of idiots raging at the cinematic masterpiece was whitewashing. To what I say, no! Bad idiots! Bad! You're telling me that white people act in a movie made in America? A country mostly inhabited by white people? What? It all comes to my first point. If you change the country, the people in it are gonna change as well. It's like doing the movie on India and people expecting the actors to be anything but Indians. But Julians, there are Asians living in America. Yes, there are. But why bother in changing the country if the ethnicity is gonna stay the same? Also, when Japan made an Attack on Titan live action, even though in the show the only Japanese person is Mikasa, I heard no one complain about Japanese washing or some bullshit like that. Because what's in Japan? Japanese people! Also, L is fucking black, get over it. But forget about skin color. The characters themselves are what truly matters. Yagami Light is a cold, calculative, and manipulative mastermind that will do anything to achieve his goal. Like Turner, on the other hand, is a scared, whiny twat that thinks with his junk. Jeez, that's nothing like how Americans are at all. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how much I love Yagami Light as a character, no one will react like that upon seeing a dead god. Tell me that if you were all alone and suddenly the fucking incarnation of death showed up and started doing some paranormal activity shit, you wouldn't piss your pants and scream like a bitch. And talking about that, Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. I remember that being a meme back in the day, but apparently it was more like a prediction of the future. And what a great choice, he gives an amazing performance, so good job Netflix, you did justice to something for once, you fucking faggot. I was surprised by the way Ryuk's character changed. He doesn't limit himself to being a mere observer, he's constantly messing with Light's plans. Because of this, Light doesn't develop this camaraderie he had with Ryuk in the anime. Instead of that, he distrusts him. But I'm sitting here talking characters and shit like it's a good film. It's not. I'm sure you know this already. It's been a fucking month since it came out. I'm not here to defend the movie. I'm here to talk shit on stupid people and discuss what's truly wrong with the movie, since it has huge character and story development issues. And if you're one of those who dislike this movie for these two reasons and nothing that I mentioned before, congratulations! You can actually use your brain! Light is fucking stupid. They try to make him look smart, but he can't even handle Fairly Odd Parents. Like one of the first things he does with the nose is try to get laid. And after that bitch manipulates him, is that a metaphor for all women being tots? He practically gives himself in by giving himself the name of Kira and taking credit for the murders. L might be the most accurate character-wise. He's weird and awkward. He's not as smart as in the anime though. And at one point he forgets he has to be L and just starts being black. Besides them and Ryuk, any other character in this movie doesn't really matter. Like, do you care? Do you fucking care? Now you might think I've lost my mind for saying this. I probably have, to be honest, Jesus fucking Christ. But I think this movie should have been longer. We needed more time of Light using the Death Note by himself, instead of going right away with the fucking whore, which in my opinion was the whole reason this movie fucking sucked, and we needed more time of Light and L chasing each other. Hell, I think 10 or 20 more minutes could have done it.
But I have to give credit where it's due.
The ending scene where Light is playing his move on the Ferris wheel, that was fucking cool. To me, the best thing of the movie. In the end, was this movie good? No. Was it loyal to the source material? Fuck no! Hell, I think the original series wouldn't even spit in this movie's direction. But it wasn't the worst movie ever like everyone is claiming it to be. It's just average. I think no one would have given a single shit about this film if it wasn't because it has a name as big as Death Note attached to it. They grabbed the concept and did their own thing with it. But there's nothing they could have done to satisfy the fans of this series. So if you like the original anime, go watch that. If you like Japan's live-action adaptations, why? I give this movie a stop making live-action adaptations of anime. They just don't work. Don't make My Little Monsters. Stop! Out of 10.